Hello everybody from Nashville, Tennessee. I'm Christian Lamitschka for Country Music News International, and today on the show we have
Tenille Arts.
Tenille, it's your first time here on Country Music News International, so can you please introduce yourself just a little bit more?
Yeah, I'm country singer Tenille Arts. I'm from Canada and living here in Nashville, chasing my dreams.
So from Canada to Nashville, it's a long way.
It's very long, and it was a very big transition for me moving from a small town to Nashville, but I've enjoyed it. I've been here for 2 years now.
So what inspired you to come to Nashville?
I knew that was where country music was, and that's where everyone was going. So I actually made my first trip to Nashville when I was 15, and from then on I was just hooked. You know, I needed to be here. I knew that it was where people were the most creative, and this was where country music was coming from, so I wanted to be a part of that.
Were your parents really amused about it when you came up with the idea to move to Nashville?
They actually were. They've been extremely supportive. They knew that this was what I wanted to do with my life since I was about 8 years old, so it was definitely not a shock to them. And they traveled with me for a long time down here because I was so young, so they got to know the industry just as well as I did.
Can you remember the first song you did sing in front of your parents?
Yeah, I pretty much sang everywhere growing up. Like, I just would sing songs that I would make up. But the very first time that I performed for my family was a song called Blue by Leanne Rimes. And I kind of surprised my grandparents with it. So it was kind of a special thing, and I still sing it for them because it's their favorite.
You have an album out. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, the album is called Rebel Child, and it was my first full-length album. I had released an EP the year before, and now having a full-length album out, I feel like people really got to know me a lot more, and I got to share a lot of the different sides of my music. There's some really stripped-down acoustic songs, and then there's you know, the full powerhouse songs, so it was nice to be able to show all of those sides of me. And it being called Rebel Child, I feel like it was a great way to represent myself for the very first time on my first album.
That means you write the songs by yourself?
I don't write them by myself. I co-write a lot. For this album, I wrote 10 of the 11 songs, and it was a really great learning experience for me. I've co-written since I was 15 years old, so I felt like now I really knew who I was in the writing room, and I was able to create songs that I was really proud of.
Give us an idea about what's co-writing.
Yeah, I basically, sometimes I'll start an idea and then I'll go into a writing room or schedule a writing session with someone, and we'll just sit down, and basically it can be me and one other person or me and 2 other people, and we'll work on the song together and try to just, I feel like for me it makes it better having some other opinions in the room.
So, what do you think is unique that differentiates you about other artists?
I feel like my music is extremely raw and real. I don't try to be anybody else. I'm just putting out music that I really love, and I feel like I get a lot of inspiration from my friends and people around me, so I'm just trying to create music that people can live their lives to, and you know, whether that's being sad and crying to a song or you know, having fun at a party. I feel like it has to have all of those different things in it.
What is your favorite book you did read the last time?
Pardon?
What's your favorite book?
My favorite book? I think my favorite book would be The Best of Me by Nicholas Sparks. It takes a really great turn at the end, and I love all of his books.
By the fact that it's not easy to make a living with country music when you are new in the business, how do you finance your life?
I've been extremely fortunate to sign a publishing deal, so I get to write songs for a living, and that's been really incredible, and I feel very lucky to have that.
Can you remember what you did with the first paycheck you got from a label or a publishing company?
Yeah, the very first thing that I did was pay for my very first month of my apartment here in Nashville.
So, when you have spare time, what are you doing with?
I love movies and I love to hang out with my friends. That's pretty much what I do with my spare time.
Since you're in the music business, do you have such a lot of spare time?
No, I don't have very much spare time. I love to be on social media, which I guess is considered kind of working, but I love that I get to talk with people, and that's kind of work.
So, give us an idea. What was the first experience about when you moved to Nashville?
One of my very first experiences, it was a difficult move. My mom and I drove down here, and we got my whole entire apartment put together. And I remember within the first week after my mom left, I wanted to go out and meet people. I didn't know anybody my own age, so I went down to Midtown and I went into a bar, and Miranda Lambert was playing on stage. And that was probably one of the coolest memories that I have of just the very first month of living here.
And now you're telling us that you jumped on stage and sang a duet with her?
No, I didn't. But it was just a really cool moment, just walking in, and it was a small little bar, and she just got up there and sang her heart out.
Damn, you had luck. So, where can fans now keep up to date with you?
I'm on all social media, just at Tenille Arts on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I also have a YouTube channel that I post on pretty regularly.
So folks, you know what to do if you want to keep up to date with her, or you stay here on Country Music News International and sign up for our daily newsletter. We keep you posted. Have a great day.